Right now we're worried about finding any way possible into the NCAA tournament. Well, it's a goal that we set out to hopefully have a chance to accomplish in our first team meeting in September. It's a huge accomplishment for this program and for this team. It hadn't been done ever, in the WAC by Louisiana Tech. So we're very, very excited about it. So we put a check mark next to that goal, and now there's one left, and that's of course to go to the tournament. The other goal that we accomplished on Saturday that we set out to accomplish in September was to finish the season undefeated at home. And proud of our guys that we came out to play every night at home, and our crowds continued to get better and better, and they became a big factor in our success in the TAC. Yeah, a highly ranked team in the RPI, a very, very talented team, a team that represented our league last year in the NCAA tournament. They're very, very capable. They're back full strength after having lost Tyrone Watson, maybe their most valuable player. He was out about a month, and they're back at full strength. They're extremely talented, physical, long, experienced. We have our hands full. We'll have to go out there and hold our own in the paint defensively and on the glass to have a chance. Yeah, a bunch of little things defensively. We didn't play great defensively. Our press wasn't a big factor. It's really the only game this year that we won with our zone. We played zone the last 15 minutes of the game, and heck, in all other games combined, I'm not sure we've played 15 minutes of zone. So we'll try to tune up our zone this week in case we have to go to it, but hopefully we don't have to go to it like we did here, and we're in a better defensive rhythm. Offensively, I thought we played pretty well, and we'll hope to have a similar type of performance on that side of the ball. Well, I think the biggest tool that I have for our guys in the locker room is that if you want to continue to be in the at-large conversation, we better go have some success on the road this week. We better lock in on New Mexico State and play well to have a chance. And if we have success Thursday, we just improve our chances, and that's the bottom line. And then we'll move on to Denver. If we don't have success this week, puts a little bit more pressure on ourselves to win 3 in 3 days, which was our ultimate goal in September anyway. So the way that we're talking about it right now is that we have 2 different avenues right now. At the end of the week, we may only have one. Let's lock in and play really well this week and hope to still have 2 different avenues. Really need them. They're very, very important, and I expect them to continue to lead and go out with a bang. It's as important to them as anyone on the roster. But we're also getting leadership from some underclassmen as well. Speedy Smith continues to be a big leader for us, as well as some of our other backcourt guys, Keon McNeil and Raheem Appleby. I like to think that we have a big group of leaders on this team. That was the hope. I knew when we were recruiting him how great of a passer he was, as good a passer as I've ever evaluated. And I said that after we signed him, before he stepped foot on campus. He was really coached in high school. A lot was demanded of him. They won a lot of games. He's a kid with a bunch of intangibles. He's gotten better and better. He's taken a lot of coaching. A lot of it has been expected of him and asked of him here, and he's really blossomed. He's really flourished, and he's embraced that assist turnover ratio as well. He could average more assists, but he'd probably average a couple more turnovers a game too. Now he's gotten to be one of the best passers in the country, and he's also very, very sound with the basketball. But that's only half of it. He's an unbelievable competitor, and he's our engine. Well, we've harped on it from day one. Again, our kids have embraced the fact that we can be really good defensively, as we're inconsistent at times offensively and always improving. The one thing we can do is really, really value the ball. It's important to this program. It's really important to this team. And we've made better and better decisions throughout the season. And I think we're in a pretty good offensive rhythm in that regard. Over the past month or so, we've gotten, probably 95% of the time, we've gotten a pretty good shot up. Guys have played within themselves and not tried to do things that they can't do. I think it's, first and foremost, just a good group of guys, young men that enjoy hanging out with each other off the court, on the court. I inherited a good group of kids, and we've signed high-character guys, and I think that's the bottom line. Denver's one of the best defensive teams in the country. Their defensive numbers are off the charts. It's hard to execute anything against them. They switch everything. They're interchangeable like we are. Similar defensively in certain ways, but they don't pressure you as much. They really protect the paint. They're very cerebral, very tough physically, and then offensively they're very methodical. They make you defend. They wear you down. They're very structured. Unfortunately, we only have 48 hours to prep for that one, which probably takes more prep than anyone in our league. Quick turn, it'd be a tough test for us. I just think it's his size. You know, Denver's playing with a 6'6" center. They're a little bit undersized, even more so than us. And Simbular is just coming. You know, he's a freshman that's just getting better and better. I expect to see him playing in the NBA here sooner than later. We're staying out west. Yeah, we're going to keep breathing that air out west. And that's right. We'll be hanging out in Vegas, keeping our guys out of the casino, just preparing for a big game Thursday. We just thought it would be fruitless to travel across the country, get here and be here a day and a half and head right back. Well, we did it last year, so we're trying to keep a similar routine as possible from a year ago. We'll give them off Sunday, and we'll try to have a couple activities in line so our guys aren't just laying around the hotel room all day. And fortunately, you're doing it with a good group of guys that again enjoy each other and that we enjoy being around. So we'll try to make the best of it and get in the gym Monday and get in the weight room and keep with the same exact routine that we've had for 2 months now. No, it's just been such a blur. It's amazing. You know, you'll hear someone say, "Wow, how fast has this season gone?" And it's so hard to believe. You're just always locked in on the next opponent. I guess we'll put it all in perspective here when it's finally over here soon. You know, it would have been hard for me to believe in our second season we'd crack the top 25. We'd be 16-0 in league. I can't lie and say, you know, I expected to be 16-0 at this point. I thought we could compete for a championship. Who would have known that you may have to go 17-1 in this league to win a championship? Our defense has carried us, and I'm proud of the way that we've embraced that side of the ball. We've avoided injuries, so we've been fortunate. My staff's done a great job, and we've signed the right guys to complement the guys that we inherited. So it's all worked out. Yeah, I mean, we're Louisiana Tech is a good brand name. We have a history to recruit to, and a beautiful town, a great community. We have facilities, and kids have been very open to our recruitment of them. And with this year's success, I think the underclassmen are even more excited about the potential of this program. I think so. I think our kids definitely have an added confidence because we broke through last year. Hopefully not too much confidence, but I feel like we've handled that pretty well again. Over the course of these 16, 18 games, we've played with a certain amount of confidence, but also we've continued to have that chip on our shoulder, and we'll have to have the same thing. Nothing will be easy in the conference tournament. Everyone will be fighting for a chance to have their name called on Selection Sunday, but surely our kids are better off this year than they were a year ago, knowing that they've almost accomplished it. You know, that they got 2/3 of the way there. Yeah, in scheduling, that was one of the reasons that we did that to get that 3 games in 3 days experience. And some of the teams that we'll be competing against got the same type experience. Some didn't. We like to think that it'll be a factor for us. And I like to think that our depth gives us an advantage to a certain extent. If we're playing well and we can continue to ship guys in and out of the game and stay fresh and have success the first 2 days, surely our depth can help us in day 3. But a lot of ball to be played before we get to Vegas. Oh, great question. I think that, first of all, you have to have tough kids, and they've experience helps. We were able to win on the road a little bit last year. Early this year, having a little bit of road success, I think, has helped us. And I think the fact that we have a high character group has helped us, stick together. On the road, you're going to experience more adversity than you're going to experience at home when you have the fans obviously yelling at you instead of yelling for you. And our kids, I think, the camaraderie that we have on our team has really helped us on the road stay together.